Hello everyone, I hope you're all doing well and in a great health. Today we are going to explore one of the most mysterious and debated topics in human history, the origin of language. How did we as humans develop the ability to communicate through words? Did the language evolve gradually or did it emerge suddenly? Right? In this episode, we are going to dive into the theories, the debates, and the fascinating possibilities behind the birth of language. Well, let's get started, but before that, we can say that the origin of language, as you can see right here, the origin of language is a fundamental question in linguistics. Exploring how humans developed the ability to communicate through speech, right? Language distinguishes humans from all other species, enabling complex thought, culture, and society. Various theories attempt to explain this emergence, with the focus on divine intervention, natural evolution, and human biological development. But first, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to start with distinguishing between language and a language. Right. So, language refers to the human capacity for structured communication, encompassing all linguistic systems. Yes. However, a language with the article, right, is a specific system of communication, such as English, Arabic, or Chinese, developed and used by particular communities, right? So that we can say basically that while language is universal, a language is a cultural and social construct that varies across regions and time. Okay, now we're going to dive into the theories on the origin of language. The first theory we have here is the uh, divine source, a gift from above, right? Well, we have Christianity, right, and Hinduism along with Islam. Okay, many religious traditions suggest that language was a gift from a divine being, right? For example, in Christianity, the Bible describes God granting Aaron the ability to name animals, okay? While Hinduism mythology attributes language to Saraswati, the goddess of wisdom, right? However, in Islam, language is seen as a divine gift to humans, distinguishing them from other creatures, right? Well, here, if language came from a divine source, right, then other languages would have originated perfectly rather than evolving over time. However, historical and linguistic evidence suggests that languages change and develop, which challenges this theory. Now, the natural sound theories, echoes of the environment. All right, what do we have here? We have first the ding dong theory, right? That says that language emerged from humans imitating the natural sounds, all right, around them. And we have the bow-wow theory that is again originated from imitating animal sounds, right? And the third theory is poo-poo theory, all right? Along with you-he-ho theory, you-he-ho theory, right? Language is originated from rhythmic sounds and chants. Well, we will explain this in details. Our first theory is the ding-dong theory, onomatopoeia. This theory suggests that language emerged from humans imitating the natural sound around them, right? For example, early humans might have associated a certain sound with an object. I will give you an example. For instance, ding dong, a bell, and boom, right? Thunder. And we have crash, falling objects, right? But the criticism of this theory is not all words in modern languages are derived from natural sounds, and many abstract concepts cannot be explained this way, right? Okay, well, the second theory is the bow theory, right? It is based on the animal sounds. This theory, right, as you can see in the picture, right, this theory proposes that language originated from imitating animal sounds, as I said, as I mentioned. Early humans may have copied sounds like woof from the dog, right? I will give it to you here, and meow from the cat, right? And moo from the cow, right? But also this theory has been criticized, right? They mentioned that while some words, for example, I will give you an example here, right? Cuckoo, right? From uh, the bird, right? For example, the word cuckoo from the bird, right? May have onomatopic origins. Most vocabulary does not come from animal sounds. Okay, right. Pooh-pooh theory. This theory suggests that language developed from instinctive cries of pain, joy, or surprise, right? For instance, we can say that such words like ouch, pain, and we have whoa, wow, from surprise, right? And we have oh, relief, right? But also this theory has been criticized for the following reason. These expressions exist in all human cultures, but do not from a structured language with grammar and syntax, right? Well, the Yoo-hoo theory suggests that human speech developed from the rhythmic sounds people made while working together, right? Such as grunts, chants, or even shouts, right? Used to coordinate physical labor, right? The key concepts or the key ideas the Yoo-hoo theory pinpointed is that the first is language evolved from work-related vocal sounds, right? As I mentioned, for example, lifting heavy objects, rowing a boat, or pulling something together, right? Also, these sounds were initially non-linguistic, right? But later developed into structured speech. The theory is based on social interaction, right, as I mentioned, where people needed to communicate while performing collective tasks. Okay, imagine that, as you can see in the picture, right? Imagine a group of people pulling a heavy rock. They might chant something like you, he, who, right? In rhythm to synchronize their effort. Over time, such sounds might have evolved into words and structured grammar. Okay, however, this theory has been criticized for three main reasons. The first reason is that it does not explain, right, how complex grammar or abstract concepts developed. The second reason pointed that language includes more than just work-related sounds. It also involves emotions, symbolic thinking, and planning. The third reason assumes that all early speech was linked to physical labor, ignoring other possible origins. The oral gesture hypothesis. Now we move to the oral gesture hypothesis. This theory suggests that language evolved from gestural communication before transitioning into spoken language. Early humans may have used hand signals and facial expressions to communicate, similar to how some primates do today. Over time, vocal sounds may have replaced gestures because they were more efficient, especially in the dark or when hands are occupied. Criticism. While gestures play role in communication, they do not explain how complex grammar and abstract concepts developed. Well, the natural evolution theory, right? We have simple words, complex structures, and expanded vocabulary. Right. The natural evolution theory. This theory suggests that language gradually evolved as humans developed higher cognitive abilities, right? And language may have started with simple words and expanded into complex structures over thousands of years. It is linked to social cooperation as communication helped humans hunt, gather, and form societies, right? Of course, it is criticized because there is no direct evidence showing the step-by-step process of language evolution, as the language leaves no fossils, right? The genetic hypothesis, born to speak, right? The genetic hypothesis, we can say that some linguists and scientists believe that humans have an innate biological ability for language. Okay, and here we have the FOXP2 gene, right? Suggests that language is genetically linked to brain development. Okay, while the famous Noam Chomsky's universal grammar theory supports this idea, arguing that humans are born with the built-in capacity for language. Criticism. While genetics may explain our ability to learn language, it does not explain how the first language developed. And that's true. Well, to conclude, we can basically say that the origin of language remains a mystery with different theories offering partial explanation. While the diving sword theory is rooted in religious belief, other theories suggest that language emerged through natural sounds, gestures, evolution, or genetic predisposition. Most modern linguists agree that language likely evolved through a combination of biological adaptation and social necessity, rather than a single cause. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to ask me in the comments below and wait for the second part of this video.